Good morning, everybody. Down here in Broward County, got a little snooze last night. Ended up streaming about 3 or 4 hours. It was incredible. So we're gonna just chit chat a little bit. I'm driving north, entered Broward County here. It's extremely windy. We're looking at a portalet on its side. Um, so that's never a good sign. As a matter of fact, I should probably video it with the wind behind it. That would probably be pretty comical. Let me I definitely think I need to. All right, hang on. I'm gonna talk and stream. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna film this. It was a very intense night, let me tell you. Um, saw a ton of flooding. I posted a lot of videos online. So if you go back on my feeds on Twitter and Facebook, you'll see a bunch of clips. So I did run across a lot of flooding, a lot of cars that were stranded. Probably counted at least 30 plus. There's 119,000 without power right now in Florida. Um, and if you were riding with me in the chase last night, uh, the debris, the debris was like almost more than I had in other systems that were named. I mean, I was dodging chairs and portalets, trees. Uh, it was like a video game, dodging. And then the power transformer started going out, so we're driving in darkness. But yeah, there was a ton of flooding. There still is. Um, yeah, I mean, it was a couple of hairy moments. Getting through some stuff and saw a car go under the water trying to follow me and ended up stalling out. So yeah, this is something else. If you look at that radar, it's I don't know, man. You know, it looks. I know that there's scientific classification of a cold core versus warm core, and there's got to be storms and around the center. But man, if you look at those satellite and radar presentations last night, it started out around Key Largo. I just posted one this morning. It has an eye. Oh man, Michael, let's see. Here's some more water. Trying to get access to a beach. Still a little too windy for my drone. But yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on what they do with this one after this. What they did in January last year was they reclassified a system that kind of looked tropical, and they didn't even designate it until several months later. They go back and reanalyze it. So I read a lot of Mets online that are questioning why this possibly wasn't more of a designated system since it had a closed circulation and what appeared to be storms wrapped around the center. There were a lot of tornado warnings down the Keys yesterday, and the wind is freak howling. We got a high wind advisory going on still now for most of Southeast Florida north here. I don't know how far north it goes, but um, we got a weird complex setup coming in from the Gulf. That Gulf low is kind of going to get sucked up into this, and it looks like the center of the state could get some sneaky rain and maybe storms now today. So if you're in the central part of the state, pay attention because we could see some stormy, rainy action today. So it's been a really odd couple BOGO lows. You can just see all the junk on the road. They've been picking up, I'm sure, but just everywhere you look, there's just crap. The one thing that I noticed last night was the beach chairs, the cushions, umbrellas, all the stuff that they were probably in the beaches was out here on the road, and there was chairs everywhere. So that would have sucked driving and getting slammed by one of them, that's for sure. So yeah, future radar is interesting today. There is some more energy out there. It's supposed to look at that light fixing to fall down. That doesn't look very safe. Um, and then we talked about the Thanksgiving front, right? So middle next week, I think Tuesday, the Storm Prediction Center is showing day 5, a day 5 severe weather, 15%. Very rare to get a day 4, 5, or 6 um, from the Storm Prediction Center. So that front, you probably wondered a bunch of the posts that I always keep putting down about a cutoff low and a big dip in the jet stream next week. Well, it looks like we could have some storms in the upper Gulf Coast. They're already showing it, so that is something to watch for next week before Thanksgiving. But I'm telling you, everything they talk about with El Nino could be coming true, man. There's a record rainfall total yesterday for a lot of places. And this front next weekend looks like it tries to dip south, which would mean chances to rain and storms again. So I experimented with a clock. Didn't work out too good. I got to find me a clock that I can put on my. Oh, Weather Channel just tagged me. I got to fly to them. Hang on. I must have drove over a million palm froms or palm thingies, whatever you call them. All right, so we have to reply. Yes, TV. So apparently we might have footage on Weather Channel and fog. So flip on the TV, might see some Mike Square page footage. Cool beans on that. That's always neat. So I did all the footage last night. I knew nobody probably saw them, so I just put them all in a little clip. Um, cool. I love it. It's more proof to Julie that I actually did what I said I was going to do because I don't think she believes me. Um, that I go storm chasing. God, the trees are just everywhere. One thing about not having a tropical system in a while is trees get pruned by nature from tropical systems. As we were streaming last night, I was talking about um, all the past storms I've been in, and you start to notice like the bigger oaks and stuff leave a trail underneath them of light debris. But it's a classic look of driving and seeing, um, you know, debris from trees as you approach more, severe weather. Beach parking. Huh. Oh, I gotta get my drone out there. So I'm gonna go a little north. It looks like around Port St. Lucie, there's gonna be some big winds here later. Whatever tries to redevelop might start spinning in some winds. Mm-mm. About to cut me off. So it looks like maybe Fort Pierce area. I don't know. I'm just really looking at a lot of models here. But hey, the good news is most everybody's going to have a nice weekend. Northeast could experience this low, whatever happens to it. The NHC is not giving it much chance. As a matter of fact, we just got a new update. You see what it is. It was only 10%. Still only 10%. Hey, the spot down in the Caribbean's up to 60% now. Invest 98. So the website apps all been updated on that one. Invest 98 is looks like going to be a lot of rain to Caribbean islands, Jamaica, especially Bahamas, Turks, Caicos, Haiti. What the heck is that thing going down the road? Um, Maybe bring some action to Bermuda over the weekend. So we got a front coming down that's picking this system up, and it's picking up our Invest 98, and all three are gonna meet in the middle, somewhere in the Atlantic. They're gonna have a little party, and there's all kinds of wood and debris out here on the road here. So I don't even know where we're at. What city? No, we're in Broward County. I just got yelled at the parking lot that I was at. I took an hour nap or two. I had to. I feel great right now. They actually came out. The guy was like, "You work for the city?" I'm like, "Snack. I'm kind of media." Well, we don't let people park here. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Because there was like 5 inches of flood water. All right, what the hell's that? Something happened last night. Oh God! Oh, that thing all buckled up. There's a tree down. All right, so we're on North A1A. Man, there's a little beach over there. Can I get out to it? Oh, I missed it. Darn it. There's got to be an entrance up here, I would think. Boy, the water's high. All right, that's a big beach. Oh hell, the whole beach is flooded over here. We're at North Beach. So schools here in Broward County are closed. A lot of cleanup. It's smart because I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't do it either because honestly, maybe they did because buses normally can't be on the road 30, 35 miles an hour. There's a jet coming in. Oh man, that's a gotta be a bumpy ride. There's a lot of water. Yeah, I was glad to see daylight. I didn't want to be driving around too much longer at night. It was getting a little hard at night, especially when they lost power and I started to play like a video game. So the high tide's around. This is gonna be interesting. High tide's around 10, 11 o'clock. Over here, I got some right that's here. Let me check out the tide schedule here. This place was really familiar. All right, so high tide. Make sure nobody else tagged me here. I do need to make a post real quick on Invest 98. So let me do that real quick. So let's do this really quick because I gotta keep posting weather. This is kind of our daily brew today. I don't know what I'm gonna do at 9:19. All right, so Invest 98 chance. Invest 98 chances back to 60%. Motion northeast. Lots of rain, regardless of development, as it does. All right, MSNIT chances back to 60, motion northeast, lots of rain regardless of development, as it does, as it as it as it as it as it as it moves, as it. Have it. All right. So yeah, reading the comments, man, a lot of y'all were caught off guard, man, especially down south here. It felt, you can admit it, it felt like a named storm, even though it wasn't. All right, 8 chances back to 60%. Motion northeast, lots of rain regardless. All right, here we go. All right, that's good. Let me post this real quick now that we got people tagging me. Oh man, thanks for sharing. Let's see. So I got Weather Channel and Fox using this stuff. That's cool, man. I always like to do this and then get some press, um, free press, kind of advertise our page a little bit. I think it's cool. I've had a lot of people that follow MWP when they do see something on the news, everybody gets excited. They're like, "Hey, man, it's us!" So, all right, 60%. All right, let me go on Instagram here. Put it over there. So poor Vitz didn't get his name used. Maybe Invest 98. All right, let me put that on there. Invest 98 chances back. 61. Okay, and look, it's heading right towards Bermuda. So definitely Invest 98 something to watch for some nasty, sneaky weather. All right, cool. Let me get going here. All right, so high tide. All right. Hey, by the way, I can't read comments. This is what we do when we live stream. We just kind of drive around and look at things and talk and kind of like, you know, enjoy the ride together. So we're gonna go to some big wins. To me, look like it's gonna be around the second batch of big wins. Gonna be around this evening, maybe. Boca Raton could still get some. That's six. Euro's still showing quite a bit of wins around noon, around Boca Palm Beach. So if anything, I'm just going to drive north, get through Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to get on the other side of Fort Lauderdale. So let's do high tide Boca Raton. It'll be the same pretty much for everybody up and down the Atlantic. I suspect it'll be around 11:30. Okay, cool. I like it. It's what the hell, man? We got people honking. People driving nuts, man. They drive so fast out here, frapping the roads, and they got to go on the wrong side of the road because there's something in there. Right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me close down a bunch of stuff here. I got way too many things up. Yeah, I was a little surprised at 119,000 plus here without power. I was a little surprised, to tell you the truth. Um, and in credit to the meteorologists of the world, I mean they do have they do have a set of guidelines that they got to have for things to be considered tropical, and this one didn't have it. So it was tied to a front. It wasn't warm core, but maybe it'll come back down and be a subtropical storm. I don't know. You can bet there's going to be a discussion about it. That doesn't really matter. It's really nothing. Effects are the same, right? My laptop's bouncing around here. All right, so we're gonna head north. To a little beach road up here, maybe. Oh, cool. Wow, what is that out there? What is that thing? So serious. This is my big wonder here, man, because the high tide isn't for another 3 hours, and we already got the water. It looks really high, and that's something I've always been learning more and more of. Is that when we have a persistent flow, here's some of that debris I'm talking about that just clutters the road. So when you have that constant flow that does not allow low tide to go out, and when it stays high, when the high tide comes back in with a persistent flow, sometimes it can be really sneaky. Um, and it looks like the water's already staying high. So it's like they got drawbridge issues over there working on. All right, so let's ride together for a little bit. Um, the rain cleared out. Very blue sky, dry air. Still expected to have a little pop though. We'll see the models if they're so far. The models have been pretty darn. So Miami did get over 8 inches of rain. Yeah, I read might have been a single record, daily record or something. Oh man, I was down here last night actually. I believe Meatloaf. November 17th. When is that? I have an outside mic now. I don't know if it's working or not. I have to go back and listen to it. So I'm slowly making the turn back north. I will say, doing that stream last night, it was way more intense than I could have imagined. And I'm not hype or you know that. It was pretty intense. Lots of flooding, lots of cars stranded. Cars are dead in the middle of the road. If you were watching me last night at 4 in the morning, we were in I think we were in South Beach, and somebody just left their car right in the smack dab in the middle of the road. I'm sure water got inside of it. There was a lot of cars just stopped in random places. And I also learned something new last night. Tow trucks were out in force. So I'm sure the city has arrangements because they can't have these, vehicles stranded in the middle of the road for safety, especially when work traffic comes out. So they were out there in force, and every tow truck that I saw had a car attached to it. That was probably the most unique thing that I saw chasing this storm. Learned something new every time. Um, like I said, I've seen a lot of cars, man, stranded. People blow their horns down here a lot too. I just noticed a lot of impatient drivers. Grumpy Gary's at Dockers. Is that any good? It's good. I don't know how many hours we streamed last night, but it was long. We streamed a long time. Finally got a good little nap. Something about those this guy's all over my butt, man. They drive aggressive down here. I can get it very aggressive. Just ask Julie. Man, we got airplanes taking off in this. This is amazing. There's a Spirit airline. That's had to be almost 40-degree angle there. Now it flattened out. That plane did this. I mean, it's like, and obviously they're taking off into the wind, so they're getting a free lift. Wow. It's got to be a little bumpy, I would think. So what they save in their lift, they lose going head on into these winds. I assume this is a runway here. I saw it last night. They got some AC vent system on here too. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe to keep the carbon dioxide fumes building underneath there, possibly. But and then this one doesn't. Couldn't quite figure that out. Well, if anybody's new to South Florida, if we were to get a tropical storm or even a Category 1 hurricane, this is kind of what you might expect, right? A lot of flooding, a lot of power outages, a lot of debris on the ground, a lot of signs down. Um, Hours of howling wind. I've read that comment a lot today because it did. It pretty much lasted for several hours through the night. And if that's not your thing, get a little hairy, right? Not knowing what's going on, especially if you lose power. All right, so we're going to trickle back over to A1A here in a second, it looks like. I want to get over to the beach. Some beach. I almost stopped at a ABC store, but last time I stopped at an ABC store in the middle of a storm, I stuck out like a sore thumb because it looked like I was probably going to vandalize or loot. Because I'm sure a store such as that is as a target during storms. So I was like, no, because knowing my luck, I'll probably fall asleep and then within, I'll get a bang on the window. Because that's what happened when we were in Melbourne by the Air Force Base. I was by an ABC store resting, and a couple local sheriffs came in, which they were really nice. But they were, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, at least sun shines up. Here comes the sun. Little darling. All right. Okay. Diamond. What the hell? Oh, right here. Jesus. At least the sun's out. Hmm. Let's see. So, have you heard about um the special weather telethon? It's like a, what is it, 24-hour telethon this Saturday. It's a benefit disaster relief telethon that's tied in with American Cross. Others. Weather Pods disaster relief telethon. It's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, and they have everybody in the weather world: Jim Cantori, Josh Morganman, Ken Graham, even from the National Hurricane Center. So I'm trying to get on the 11 o'clock hour. So I'll post that um, so everybody can check it out. That'd be kind of neat. 11 o'clock. We have a couple softball games in the morning. I had to wait for my times for Emily when they just came out. So, um, well, definitely the big chatter is that radar signature. M- NWS Melbourne talking about the. I guess I should have went. Yeah, I should have went. I wanted to do A1A. Darn it. That's what I get for not paying attention. Yeah, Melbourne's getting a lot of wind right now. They're talking about it. NWS Melbourne saying that they're getting sustained winds, possibly tropical storm force winds, possibly gusts higher. That's kind of where we're heading north. Oh, I know I'll be sleeping good tonight. I don't know if I can make this U-turn or not. I don't think I can. Damn it! If I can get through this parking lot either. They have one way in, one way out. They gotta have one way out. Dunkin'. Oh man, I should probably go get a Dunkin'. Nah, it's a little packed there. Let me go find a little coffee shop on the beach. What? People yelling, screaming. All right, hit a little coffee shop here on the beach, maybe, as we trek north. Oh man, my legs are tight. I was walking around. Oh, this poor guy here. Hey, gas is going down. Have you noticed? I saw 2.99 yesterday. That's different. So we got a day 5 um storm chance, which is kind of rare. So strong front. Hey, buddy. Strong front coming next week. Could bring storms south. So we're heading out the beach. We're heading north. We're gonna see these big winds. Oh man, there's people knocking on people's doors. Well, it's Publix. You know, it sounds so good right now. Would be a Publix sub. Oh God, I would love one. Something about that mayonnaise. All right, so mainly all we're really going to be looking for today is the winds, coastal effects. Going to be some sneaky storms, though. I think brewing middle part of the state that will reach on maybe both sides of the state. So that'll be just one of them wait and see kind of things, because I think this is an ever changing weather system that's just kind of played havoc on models. What's the big bridge? Oh man, there's a big old boat down there. Holy cow, that thing's huge. It's hard to believe a bridge this big still is a drawbridge. It's the strong front coming next week could bring some storms south. SP shown a day 5 already. Kind of rare. It is kind of rare. Kind of like steak. Well, the good thing is the kids got a day off of school out of this here. All right. Oh my God, the dock's already underwater over there. Man, I'm telling you, this is going to be a very interesting. What is it? I wonder what the tide swings are here. Maybe they're not as big as they are at home. I don't know. So you're just waking up. Good morning. Um, Streaming all night here on Mike's Weather Page. We're down here in South Florida, Miami, Lauderdale. Took a little cat nap, and now we're heading slowly back north. And expected some still big coastal winds. We got a high, wind advisories up for the next 5 hours here along the southeast coast, spreading northward. A lot of impacts. I guess the curious thing is going to be watching the Gulf and seeing if any of that energy comes across the state. Could be some big rain middle part of the state today. System number 1 is moving on out, but system number 2 is coming back for more. That was kind of the area that was in Upper Gulf yesterday has kind of been meandering. It's got an amazing spin on satellite. I wonder if I was on this road yesterday. Those trees look familiar. I think I was. I think I took this yesterday. I didn't even know I was this close to the beach. Either that or that's just a common thing they do with their palm trees is the white and blue. I don't remember being this close to the beach yesterday. A lot of beach sand right here. Yeah, the whole beach is over here. I wonder. Oh, I should have went in there. No, this is not a public entrance. Good thing I didn't turn. Well, there's people over there. Well, we should go take a look at the beach. I think we should go take a look at the beach. Some beach. Anybody that does social media, it's frustrating. You can't post